So I tried living plastic free for the last 30 days. And if you followed me for a while, you know that I tried to live a low impact lifestyle. But I thought in the spirit of Plastic Free July, I would try really hard to live a plastic free lifestyle for 30 days and show you what was easy, what was hard, my mistakes and my small but triumphant successes. So if you did Plastic Free July as well, please let me know in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up and let's get straight into the video. So without a doubt, now that it's summer, my most important kind of helper was my water bottle. And I have a stainless steel one from Jerry Bottle. I really like them because they donate their profits to various water charities. So I really like helping companies that, you know, engage and give back. It's not sponsored, just thought I'd let you know. Because it's summer, before I would never really drink that much water, and I would be like, I don't really need it. And then I would find myself really wanting to buy water while I was out. So I thought, for Plastic Free July, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna make sure I take my water bottle with me absolutely everywhere. And I even had to write a note to remind myself and put it on my door so that every time I left, I'd remember that I need to take my water bottle with me so I would never forget it. And I found that these little reminders were actually really important for me and really helpful in ensuring that I brought the stuff that I needed with me to ensure I could live plastic free for these 30 days. Especially being particularly busy at the moment, I would forget things very easily. I would run out of the door and be like, I know I'm gonna buy food later, so I have to go back and I'd have to bring my, I don't know, like a stainless steel container with me and like a spork and just a little napkin to make sure that just in case I had that available to me so that I didn't have to worry later on about buying food because I couldn't buy it in packaging. And so I found that these little reminders were incredibly helpful. And sometimes if I didn't want to write something down and just like waste a piece of paper, I'd use the back of an envelope that's already been used, or I would just place the stuff that I knew that I needed either in my bag by the front door or place those stuff on my shelf like right by my door so that I knew that I had to take it as soon as I left. So my water bottle was definitely one massive thing that helped me dramatically to reduce my plastic waste. And it meant that I was always hydrated, and when I went on longer journeys that I was going to be fine and hopefully would be able to find a refill station if I needed it. The second thing was a keep cup, or a reusable coffee cup of any description. I knew that for me, I like to buy coffee. Even in the summer when it's really hot outside, I like to buy coffee every now and again. And recently, last weekend, I went to shoot a wedding in Totnes, and I knew it was gonna be a long weekend. I knew I was gonna get tired, and I knew basically I was gonna be drinking a lot of coffee. Hey guys, so I'm just about to get on a train to go to Totnes because I'm photographing a wedding there, which is cool. And I just wanted to show you the things that I'm taking with me to help avoid plastics. I'm doing this plastic free challenge. So I'm going to show you the things that I'm taking with me so that you can see how I'm going to try and avoid plastic and basically just get around having to buy any kind of packaging whatsoever. So here we've got my keep cup, so if I buy a coffee then I can put it in my reusable cup. I've got my water bottle, I've got a box just in case I get food to go and then I can just get it in here. I've got a tiny little napkin, a spork, and then this bag is for kind of if I buy loose vegetables on the way that I could eat, or like probably more likely fruit like apples or whatever. And this might seem a lot, but I can put these three things in here, so then it's just these three, and yeah, it's actually a lot lighter than you think. But obviously if you don't drink coffee or tea, you don't have to bring this. I would just usually bring this, but it's going to be a long train journey, so I'm taking all of this stuff with me. A napkin's really great because just in case you're a messy person, or if you want to like wash this off or anything with that, just wrap it in that and put it in here. Yeah, I really like this kind of like very simple stuff that I'm taking. So I thought I'm gonna bring my keep cup or my reusable coffee cup with me just so I can avoid some plastic waste. And some of the plastic waste that I avoid is those coffee cups that you buy that are disposable. The lid is made of plastic, but unfortunately also is the cup. So it might be cardboard, but then it's lined with plastic so that it's water resistant or something, so that it means that it's not going to get soggy and stuff like that when you if you have the coffee in there for too long. So definitely bringing a coffee cup with me helped save loads of stuff. And I do have a little spork that I find incredibly useful, and I take that with me everywhere. But what I've been learning, especially on these last 30 days, is you have so many things available to you in your own cupboards and stuff that you really don't need to buy new stuff unless you think that it will be invaluable. Like my water bottle and my Keep cup are definitely, for me, invaluable because I use them almost every single day. My water bottle definitely every day, but my coffee cup most days. And I've used them almost every day for the past however many years. So with cutlery, I've had this spork for ages, but I really wanted a bigger spoon. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take one from my cupboard or my drawer so I don't have to go out and buy a new one, because you don't need to if you've got stuff already. Or you could even go to an antique shop and get one, and I thought, However, even though I found living plastic free not that difficult because I have a lot of things accessible to me, it's when I went out of my comfort zone, out of London, that things started to not be as easy. So when I did go to Totnes, even though I had my water bottle, I drank all of it on the train because it was so hot there and it was just unbearable. And I tried for as long as possible to not go and get more water because I couldn't refill it. I'd already asked and there was nowhere for me to refill it. And I tried really hard to just wait until I got to Totnes so that I could just refill it, but I couldn't. So I basically went and bought a plastic water bottle, and it was upsetting and it was kind of annoying, but then I just decided, whatever, don't fuss about it, just refill it and keep reusing it and at least get some more life out of it. So that was definitely one of the things that I didn't really think about. I thought, oh, I've got my water bottle, it'll be fine. I didn't think that maybe I wouldn't be allowed to refill my water bottle on the train or whatever. But yeah. The other thing that I kind of also didn't do so well on is, for one day I went and did a photo shoot for Rejuce, this food waste company in Hackney, who are so cool, and you should definitely go and follow them on Instagram. They basically take food waste out of the supply chain and create juice with it so that it doesn't go to waste. Because food waste is, I think, the biggest portion of landfill, which is crazy. Anyway, I love Rejuice and I love Tom, and I think they are amazing. And I went and did a photo shoot for them to help them with some campaigns that they're running this August. They're doing a food waste campaign, basically trying to educate everyone on the food that's, you know, going to waste and how you can help prevent it as well as them. So you should go and check it out. But with them, at the end of the day, we had such a great day and it went really well. We took some beautiful photographs, but we went to a pub for dinner and we went to go and celebrate, and I got a glass of sangria, which very strangely came in a wine glass, and then it also came with a straw. So I was kind of annoyed, but also at the same time thought I should have thought about that. When it comes to drinks, like, I become so distracted by everything else that's going on that I just kind of forget about it. And so now I've got that straw carrying around with me, not quite sure what to do with it. But it's one of those things where, I don't know, I guess when you start thinking about plastic and plastic waste and the waste that we produce, you do become hyper aware of everything that's around you until you're not, you know? Like, I'm hyper aware of it, and even more so after doing this plastic challenge, but then getting distracted and just having a really good conversation with someone, I just completely forgot about considering there might be a straw in my drink and just ask for a drink without even considering it. I know this might seem small to you if you're only just beginning your low waste or plastic free journey, but it just felt like, because it is such a small thing, why didn't I remember to ask, you know? But again, it always reminds you for next time, and it always gives you that kind of extra, just think a little bit more before you order something. Just take those extra few seconds to think about it. And that's what I did for the rest of my trip. And at the wedding, I had some drinks later with all, like, the bridal party and groom and stuff, which was really fun. And I definitely asked. I was like, please can I have this drink, but can I have no straw? And they're like, oh, don't worry, we don't have any straws. So I was just like, yes. And it just reminded me for next time, which I thought was great. Also this month I decided to branch out, and I decided to go and check out the other bulk, or another bulk store that is in London, to see what else is available to me in my city, to try and just expand more on my knowledge and understanding of what is available. So I headed over to Chiswick, which is very far away from me. It's like west. If you don't know the Source bulk foods, if you're Australian, you will know because they are everywhere in Australia, but they have finally opened their first shop in London in the UK, and they had everything. It was really amazing to go and just see the way another country kind of like does zero waste, and the fact that they brought it to London was really exciting. And so this definitely enabled me to buy a lot of things that I wouldn't usually be able to buy unpackaged, and just to try out something new. And it was exciting because there were so many people in there of all different ages, and it was just really nice to see how people clearly come in there just to do their normal shopping. And it was great because it was right on the high street, so it was right in front of everything, and just seemed like a normal thing for people to come in and get their stuff. And it definitely helped me, and I was really excited to go in and just discover the fact that there was another bulk shop in London where people could go, which was so cool. So I was able to buy a lot of stuff unpackaged there and plastic free, and it meant that I could really keep on track and make sure that I had like snacks and stuff when I would go out traveling or whatever, and just to make sure that I could make my meals a little bit more exciting because I have a few more things accessible to me. Also, what's really cool is what's also cool about this Plastic Free July is one of the BBC1Xtra DJs, DJ Ace, did a 7-day zero waste challenge, and I actually went on BBC1Xtra last Sunday on their talk show to talk about it, and it was so fun getting the perspectives of different people who, one, didn't even know what zero waste was before, two, weren't necessarily interested in it until they kind of talked about it, and it was just made me realize how big plastic-free living is now becoming, and how it's just one of those things where people are finally understanding that it's a massive issue and that we all have a part to play. I'll put the link down below for the documentary, which is only about 20 minutes long, so you should check it out, and then also the radio show that I was on, so that you can check them out if you want to. If you're not in the UK, you might not be able to, but my boyfriend who lives in America was able to, so hopefully you'll be able to. But yeah, it was just really fun to get involved in this stuff and just to really throw yourself into plastic-free living. And now that I've gone freelance, I actually have the time to work with these really amazing companies, and it just brings everything kind of a lot more to light. So it's probably a lot easier for me to live plastic free because I'm constantly working with plastics companies and people who are trying to avoid waste and all that kind of stuff. But it just means I can learn from them, and then I can help to teach you guys about all the stuff that I've learned as well. Plastic Free July has been really interesting because I thought that I was already at a stage where I was really reducing my waste. I really wasn't wasting very much at all. But it just reminded me that I am human and I do make mistakes, and how hard it is for people to make these decisions if we're not all supported. And I mean supported, yes, by each other, but also by supermarkets, by restaurants choosing not to have straws in the first place, by the government, by our local councils. I'm so lucky that I live in Southwark. Southwark Council have the most amazing waste recycling centre where 100% of their stuff is diverted from landfill. And yes, some of it might be burnt, but the majority of it is recycled, is donated, is reused in some way. And my council is an anomaly in London. Like, not all councils offer that, and even not all councils offer a food waste system, which I think is crazy. So I feel like some of our downfalls can be not because we don't want to, or we're lazy, or we don't want to travel an hour across London to go to a bulk shop. We need more things accessible to us, and we need the big corporations to change, and we need them to help us help each other be better. But it was a really exciting month for me because I tried really hard and I did really well, and because I'm happy about that, I'm able to come and hopefully motivate you guys to try and live a more plastic-free lifestyle if you can, with what's accessible to you. And I also found that it was incredibly inspiring to me to spend time with companies who are trying to make a real difference. Like last night, for example, I was in Brighton with Tom from Gomi Design, and they are using flexi plastics that are waste products like plastic bags, and they're turning it into something new, into a beautiful new sustainable product. And it's just amazing to meet other people who are so passionate about plastics and want to create something incredible and amazing out of that plastic and give it a new life. And again, working with Rejuce and working with other companies that care about plastic, it reinvigorated me and it motivated me to do better. And I really encourage you to go to some kind of like plastics waste events or plastic events, plastic pollution, go to talks, do lots of reading, meet people who are interested in the same thing. I definitely think I have not done enough to create meetups for like-minded people, and I'm definitely going to start doing that, because if I can become inspired and invigorated and motivated by being around other people, obviously so can you guys. And I think that it's important that I provide a space for you guys to do that. So hopefully very soon I'll arrange a meetup for everyone and probably get people like Blue and Maddie involved as well. And hopefully anyone else who's out there and wants to be involved, I would love for you guys to come and we can create something pretty amazing. But yeah, I was pretty happy with my 30 days, but I was mostly happy and proud of the community that are really fighting hard to do something crazy and amazing with plastics. And yeah, it makes me want to get a little bit more political, and it makes me want to start lobbying and writing letters to my council and to Parliament and etc. to try and see if I can affect any real change. So I feel like this is a great beginning to a new chapter in my kind of activism, and I hope you're excited to come along for the ride. But anyway, I've talked for a long time, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did Plastic Free July and you have any tips for anyone about trying to begin a plastic free journey, please put them in the comment section below. And yeah, the sun's going in and out, so I think that's my cue to go. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about my 30-day plastic free journey. See you soon. Bye.